I'm going to take this time. Now, they gave me 15 minutes, so you are going to have to hold on, because I planned for 15 minutes, because I am going to change. I believe we can change each other's lives in the next 15 minutes. Now, that is a lot to say, right? Because it's such a short little time. It's like, even if I can get it, just one little millimeter of a change into your life in 15 minutes, I want you to remember some of the things that I'm going to tell you today. And it begins with me saying, first of all, this is the most good-looking crowd that I have ever seen at any event. So please give yourself a round of applause. I know y'all all think that y'all are way better looking than that. I saw it today. Y'all are really good looking. Professional networking, all of that. I was very impressed. But how do we get here? So who believes that they have the power to change the world by round of applause? Come on. And who believes that they can make $10 million in one day? Okay, we have some. So my motto is, it starts with self-belief. Obviously, I didn't start in construction right away, but it does start with the thought. It starts with the thought process. And I don't know how many of you have read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but if you haven't, yes, I see a couple out there, you should read it, because every single individual, if you are here today, you are an entrepreneur. You are in this for yourself, you're in this for your business, you're in this for your family, you're in this for whatever reason. But if you are a realtor in the lending or broker or whatever it is, you run your own business, you decide your own destiny. So the question is how do you take it to the next level? And the way for me to best explain that to you is to talk a little bit about my personal journey. So I am the product of a broken family. My father, my biological father, was the product of a broken family. He was an alcoholic, a drug user, and he took his life when I was 11. So that's a lot. My mother left my father when I was a baby in the middle of the night with nothing but a suitcase. And she started over from nothing. And when you go through something like that, as everybody has a story and they have gone through something that struck you and said, you know what? It's a very painful thing. And it may be in your business, it may be even personal. But she believed in herself enough, loved herself enough, that she was worthy to start from nothing, not knowing how, not knowing with what or when, but just starting over because she loved herself. She's here. Give her a round of applause. So it starts with self-belief because she believed in herself enough to start over for the sake of her daughters. And she did. And so that's what you have to do as an individual in your business, as a person. We have to love ourselves enough. We have to be able to push through the pain. Whether that's emotional pain, or it's physical pain, or it's financial pain, or the Fed's not doing what we want them to do because they keep raising the interest rates and we hear the noise and we hear the news, right? Are we going to buy it or are we going to keep pushing through the pain? Because exactly, we push. Yes, and that deserves an applause. That's right. Yes, we're going to keep pushing. Because it's the moments that we decide within ourselves of making the decision because we believe in ourselves enough to be able to push through the pain that those that actually do that make it to the other side much more successful. And so you may say, how the heck did she get into construction? Well, because my mom worked 3 jobs, naturally I saw the hustle, I learned, and she told me every single day, mija, I believe in you. You can be whatever you want to be whenever you grow up, but whatever you're going to be, you're going to be the best at it. And we're going to work hard at that. And it's going to be hard work, but you can do it because I believe in you. By the way, she ended up marrying my real father, meeting him at 9 and remarried at 11. And he is also here today, so I love you, Dad. Applause. Yeah. So I had 3 jobs. I started in the music industry. When I was 14, I got paid to do hooks. I actually used to be a professional singer. They actually paid me to do it. Yeah, not today, not today. Anyway, so I got paid $200-$300, and then from there, that started at 14, and then I was like, man, this is not, I knew by 7 years old that I was going to grow up and I was going to be the most successful person, that my mom was the beginning of breaking that generational chain. I was not going to let the past define me, so in order for me to get to that $1 million in the bank account, I was going to have to do multiple things, and I was going to have to work really, 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 really hard. So by the time I was 17, 18 years old, I was hustling, singing hooks, and I had 3 jobs. I always have 3 jobs. I still have 3 jobs. I am the CEO and founder of Indie Construction Partners. Yes. Yes, probably most of you here have some kind of hustle, but you got to. You can't just depend on just one source. You got to diversify, right? They always tell you, focus on one thing. I think you can have it all. You can have it all if you believe in yourself. I have it all. I do. And I'm proud of that. But the thing is that I needed another job. So I was singing. My husband was also on the music. He needed another job because I was like, if I'm going to have 3 jobs, you got to have 3 jobs because that's not fair. So between the both of us, we're going to have 6 jobs because we're going to have a better life than this. We can't be living in this apartment the whole time. What do you know? He says, well, I know a little bit about construction. I said, okay, great. We're going to start a construction company. He said, okay, you crazy, but all right. So we started the construction company. 3 months in, I was like, we're going to name it A Status Construction. His stage name was Prime Status, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. That was his stage name. So I started the construction company 3 months in, back in the day. This is back in 2008. Anybody remember Craigslist? It's still around, right? Yeah, it's still there. For $25, you can put an ad. And then you can also pay for lead service. So then we signed up for the lead service. I got a call for $25. Hey, I need a price on digging a ditch. I said, where is it at? It's an apartment complex off of Belfort. Okay, I'm going to go show up there. I'm not going to email them. I'm going to go show up, and I'm going to give a price on digging a ditch. That can't be hard. That's easy. I'll take a shovel. I'll dig some ditch. Come on, babe. He's like, okay. So we go. I show up. This Italian lady comes out. Her name is Samantha Simonetti. She's holding a cigarette in her hand, and she's like, how can I help you? I said, I need to give you a price on the ditch. She says, get a grip. There is literally roofs that have tarps on this place since Ike, and we need new roofs. I said, well, I'm your man right here. I can do your roofs. Why haven't you done them yet? She says, well, I don't have the money. I said, why don't you have the money? She says, I don't know. I can't get it from the insurance. I said, you're in luck. I know how to read an insurance policy. I didn't know anything about reading an insurance policy. The lady said, okay. I said, look, if I get the money from the insurance policy, you're going to give me the job to do the roofs. She said, okay. It was a gentlewoman's agreement, so we shook on it. Naturally, that weekend, I went to adjuster's license school with my husband because he had to participate. Monday, we got the certificate. By the end of the week, we filed a claim, and then 2 months later, she got the money, and we did our first 2 roofs, and we made $20,000 in my early 20s by doing our first 2 roofs together. And that was our first job. Thank you. That was back in 2009. Now, the story there is I did it, but I should have stuck with it and did it full time. I loved it. How many jobs do you get to do? Like, I love the real estate and development industry and construction industry because it's a place where you can actually help someone. Because the way that you change the world is by changing people's worlds. And that's what you guys do. You guys have that ability to be able to leave that positive impact in someone's life. And by doing that, you're actually making it a better world in itself. That's a very powerful, powerful thing that all of you have the ability to do. So anyway, story goes on. I should have stuck with it full time. I didn't. And you know why I didn't? Because my environment wasn't ready for it. I had haters. I had friends in my circle telling me, that's luck. You're going to give up on your dream? You're not going to sing anymore? What about college? You're not going to do college? What about doing that corporate job that you talked about? Wasn't that your dream? You're going to quit your dream just to pursue construction? And I bought it. I am a graduate, first graduate, by the way. Go Cougs. Go Cougs. Pretty Cougs in there. Okay, very proud of that. So I stuck with it part-time when at that time I should have gone full-time. And that was because of the environment that I was in. Because I was listening too much to the outside noise, too much to the hater. But then the story gets even better, so I'm about to wrap it up pretty soon, okay? But I just want to get this across because this is very, very important. 2019 comes around. Can you turn the next slide for me? You see that? That's me on the far right. I was 320 pounds. I got there because I realized I am an emotional eater, and in construction, it is not a woman-friendly industry. Anybody accustomed to rejection around here? I'm pretty sure. You're not a good realtor unless you have failed. Rejection is actually one of the best teachers on how to get better. But the thing is that I bought the lies again. So I fed my emotions, and I found myself at 33 years old, 320 pounds, and a cane, and I had all these health problems. I called my husband again. I didn't talk to him about it. I said, I'm going to have weight loss surgery. He said, okay. So I had it, and I did it. By the way, backing up, I quit my corporate job, and I decided to pursue construction full-time back in only 7 years ago. And I didn't give any notice to my dream corporate job. I only stayed there for 90 days. I didn't last. And that was after graduating college and actually working for a Fortune 500 company and realizing I hated it. So if you do what you love, stick with it. That was that lesson, okay? Don't listen to the noise. But anyway, there I was, 320 pounds, had the surgery. Everything's great. Had $1 million in the bank, except for my health was declining. So then I go ahead and do this. 2 weeks later, I actually got a really bad pain in my stomach, so I went into the hospital. And you know it's bad when you go into ER and 6 white coats come in 30 minutes after you arrive. You're like, oh, crap, something's really wrong. I said, ma'am, you have a lot of blood clots all over your body. We're going to have to admit you. And if you would have waited another 24 hours, you probably would not be alive. I said, oh, my God, this is some serious stuff. This is dangerous. I'm like scared for my life right now. And then I'm also running this company, which is still technically small business. And you know when you own your own company, you can't really tell your client, hey, I'm in the hospital right now dying. I got to get back with you later. So I had that on my plate. So now here I am in the hospital, and then my husband catches the flu. Both of my kids catch the flu. My mom and dad catches the flu. Nobody can come see me, and my sister shows up. And then I get a phone call from the city manager who says, hey, your bonding agent committed fraud. All these bonds that you have on about $20 million worth of construction are not valid. So then I sat there and started feeling sorry for myself. Have you ever had a moment like that when everything is just going wrong and you're just like, why? Why? Oh my God, I'm dying, God, why? This has to happen to my business too? And my sister came in, and I'll never forget, she brought my laptop. She says, you're gonna get a grip, okay? It's not about you anymore. It's not just about you anymore. And I think that's important to understand as you grow in being who you are as an individual, but also in your business, to understand that there is a point where you've made the money, but now the success is there. And then if you're going to really scale, it can't just be about your ego. It has to be for a bigger purpose. So if you are in this business because you genuinely feel grateful and it's a service to you to serve others, then you are going to be very successful and very wealthy. That's just the benefit of that. So, needless to say, I lived. Here I am. I am very healthy. Thank God I have no more health issues. But when my sister, thank you. When my sister told me, hey, get a grip, it's not about you anymore, it was like a light bulb went off for me. And that was just in 2019. Because initially, when you get into a business, you think, man, it's because I want to make the $1 million, because I need that money, because I want the car, because I want the floss. My biggest floss last year was giving away over $40,000 to nonprofit organizations. Thank you. People that say money doesn't buy happiness are the people that have not had enough to give it away. I'm just saying that too. I want everybody in this room to be able to get to that point and to feel that fulfillment. And I'd like to just sum it up in everything that I've said because I feel like it comes down to 4 things. Move it to the next slide. I'm wrapping it up, guys, because that way you guys can get the awards and y'all can drink and dance and all of that, because that's what we came here for. Number 1, don't be afraid to fail. No pain, no gain. Failure is actually a gift. So if you can make it through the process, you can receive all the blessings that the universe wants to give you. All you have to do is just open up your arms and say, I believe in me. And when you believe in you enough, everybody else will start to believe in you, because it's 1 or 2 things. Either you're crazy or they're going to get on board. And if they don't get on board, that's okay. That's another important lesson. Not everybody is going to get on board. We always search for that affirmation from people, wanting to say, hey, look what I did. But you're going to find sometimes, which brings me to number 2, which is get comfortable with changing your environment, because not everybody is going to get on board with what you're doing. Not everybody is going to support you in what you're trying to do. And that's because they may not see the vision that you have. And a lot of times it's people that are close to you, that are close in your circle, your friends and your family, and they feel that way because they love you. So they don't want to see you fail. They don't want to see you have pain. But guess what? That's a part of the process. That's a part of growth. So if you keep stepping into it and going places that you've never gone and trying to do things that you've never done, guess what? Failure might happen, and that is okay. Number 3, don't let your past define who you are. This is a really important one. We are human and we make mistakes. It doesn't matter if you come from a broken home. It doesn't matter if your daddy was this or that. Don't blame your current present on the past. Don't let the past define you of who you are today. Today is the present, and that is why it is a gift. We have to remember that. So if you are in a place where you have going back to some mistake that you made, let it go, Elsa. Let it go. Because today is a new day. And today can be the best day. And that's all we have right now. Okay? And last, this is the most important one. With my journey, it's not about not having fear, because fear is a natural emotion, and you are going to have a lot of fear whenever you are growing and you are trying to go places that you have never gone and talking to people with confidence in things that maybe you have never done. It's not about not having fear, it's about having less fear. So when we say be fearless, it doesn't mean don't have fear, it just means have more faith in yourself, have more faith in God. And if you trust the process and you trust the journey, and believe me, I'm just getting started. I already told my team we made $1 billion. They just hadn't wrote me the check yet. We made it. I know we, thank you. Yes, this is my party team over here. So I believe that each and every single one of you that are here tonight are destined for great, powerful, wonderful things. And I believe in you. And I'm here to just let you know that. If you haven't heard it from someone, you're hearing it from me today. I believe in you. And you are destined for great things. And I really, really appreciate this organization for believing in me and for having the opportunity to be able to share this evening with you. So also, last but not least, because I'm always about charity, I have my website up there. I do free coaching on Fridays, 15-minute sessions. I get all kinds of interesting coaching questions, like what it's like to be a woman in construction. You know, what was it like being pregnant in construction? How did you manage being a mom in a male-dominant industry? I also have a tech company that is my Latina unicorn, which I'm looking to raise about $8 million in the next 3 months, and I think I'm going to get that check. Thank you. And my Leadership Houston class is very special to me. I have the link up there that you've seen it several times. If you visit my website, I also have a link for you to be able to get involved or to donate, and it is for Yolanda Black Navarro Middle School, which is in the 2nd East End District. It's a very near and dear school to us, and we do a lot of charity work there, and they are doing a market where they help feed the families that are in need every single 2 weeks. So if you go onto that link, please get involved or donate in any kind of way. That is my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. God bless you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh my God.